Hello everyone. It's hot here in Texas again. We're going back into the 90s, and they said we're going back into the hundreds. I hope you got your coffee. I got mine. You know, at times in conversations you can tell it's going nowhere. That it's just going nowhere. Had some neighbors move in. Man, I thought it was his wife. Well, come to find out, they've been divorced for 4 years. And they got back together again to see if they could make it work, and they didn't get remarried. But his wife, she likes kitty cats, so they got to taking in some of the cats that we've got out here, and I feed cats. I try to find homes for them. And I was thankful to God there was somebody out here putting little cans of water out for them, little dishes of food and dishes of water. Well, they started taking cats in, and I tried to, communicate to them the importance of having the cats fixed. If you don't have them fixed, well, then they start producing. And some litters are like 7 to 9 kitties. And they can't help it. That's just the way they are. And I think within 3 months, they have another litter. And every 3 months, they have another litter. And the next thing you know, you're inundated with kittens that you can't find homes for. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, he has been in trouble with the law and everything. And he got busted and put in jail. He went back to drugs. He went back to hanging with his old pals. And of course, they're not his friends, and when you try to talk to somebody, I could see the conversation was going nowhere. And I tried to talk to him and talk to him about the Lord and about praying and having a prayer life and straightening up. Well, he got put in jail for drugs, and she left him and moved in with her mother. He said at Lake Dallas, somewhere out there, and so I saw him down there where he was moving. I went down there and tried to talk to him, and I talked to him about the Lord and everything. He told me, he said, listen, he said, I'm going to bring you a bag of cat food. He said, we're leaving all of our cats here. And I looked at him like, huh? Because listen, they took a bunch of little kittens inside their apartment. And they had toys for them, and I looked over the trash gondola, and they had a big old 7-foot tall cat tree. For the little kitties to play on and climb on. And he had thrown it out there in the trash gondola. And I went out there, and all the little kitty cats' little toys was right there on the ground around the gondola. Well, he went ahead and left. I tried talking to him, but, you just can't go to him. He's blaming God for all that's happened in his life, and I don't understand why, poor God, he gets blamed for everything. But he doesn't have a job now. He's out of a job, and I'm really concerned about him. I'm afraid he's going into a life of crime big time. Either that or suicide. And I tried to reach him. I tried to help him, but any road, to make a long story short, now I'm left with all these cats. And the little one that they named Blackie was cute as a bug. I got his little sister in here. I named her Precious. And Blackie tried to come in one night. And I said, wait a minute, you're going to have to be feral. I said, I can't let you in. I've already got 4 of them. Well, Blackie dropped his little tail and hung his head down. Well, the next morning I got up to go exercising over at the Senior Citizen Center. And there's a big white truck out here, and the guy got in it. I guess he went up to Whataburger or somewhere, or McDonald's, to get him a breakfast sandwich or whatever and a cup of coffee. Well, when he was pulling out, little Blackie had climbed up inside the wheel well. Well, when he pulled out, Blackie fell down, and it broke Blackie's neck, and it crushed his little face. So I had to get out and pick little Blackie up by the tail and set it on the side of the parking lot off the road. And it just broke my heart all to pieces. And I had a neighbor this morning, a little boy that came out there playing with cats. I told him, if you know of anybody who wants these little kittens, please let me know. I've got so many. And well, the neighbor across from me, she came by and she said, yeah, we have too many cats out here. Like it's my fault for feeding them. And I told her, I said, ma'am, I've called the animal shelter not to come get them and get rid of them, but there's animal shelters that find homes for cats. And I call and leave my number, They don't return my phone call. So I talked to a neighbor and she told me, put one or two of them in your cat carrier and drive up there and go right into their place and tell them what's going on. And that's what I'm going to do. I can't tomorrow. I got to go to the chiropractor tomorrow, so I'll have to wait until I think Tuesday. And I'm going to get up Tuesday morning, get them all together, and I'm going to try to go over there and see if I can get help. But the woman that they kicked her out of here, she's going to Oklahoma with her daughter. She's been living here 9 years, and she's one of the best renters you could have. Her apartment is immaculate, always has been, and she pays her rent every month on time. But they kicked her out of these apartments because she had a complaint about our trash gondola out here. And it fills up and you have no way to dump your trash. We're talking for days, sometimes a week and a half. Well, boy, when she did that, that's it. They told her, we're not renewing your lease. Go ahead and move. Well, she moved. She's moving out on 100 acres with her daughter. She's getting her a little trailer to live in. And she's going to be living in that until they build her a little tiny home cottage. So I'm glad for her. It worked out real good for her. I sure be glad when I get me a place. I want to live off-grid out in the country. But conversations that you try to have with people, and they just seem to go nowhere. You try to talk to people and you try to help them, and they blame everybody but their own self. They blame God for their problems. Isn't it sad? Have you ever been in conversation with somebody and you've tried to talk to them, and they're all down and everything, and you try to help them, and everything you say, they just shove it out of the way. They just knock it out of the way. Get nowhere in that conversation, friend. Hey, hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next video. Bye from Texas.